Hey, can you guess where I'm at?
What's up, my Triple 11 YouTube friends? Oh yeah! What do you know, Nutter?
Here I am at Todd's. I'm at what are you? The second biggest snowmobile YouTuber there is after Snow Tracks? I don't know.
I wish. I could only wish if I was the second biggest. But no, it's pretty cool. I mean, you finally made it over. You brought me some parts. I got something for you, and we're going to make a pretty sweet trade today.
Yeah, we're gonna make a trade. I brought over the parts from Indie Guy Rob. We're acting like we don't know each other, but we met off-roading decades ago, and
Yeah, literally.
you guys seen how many times Tim and Mike are showing up at my place and at his, and obviously we run in the same group of friends.
Oh, I show
so.
up there. You just don't ever turn the camera on when I'm there.
Wow.
It's funny. It was 2 years ago. I did that first video of your 650. I showed up over there to do a video of your 650.
Yeah.
And it was like shortly after that is when you started your snowmobile channel. You already been doing YouTube with your Jeeps and off-road stuff, and then you kind of went to the snowmobile side as soon as we did that one video.
Well, it was about 6 months. I started that cross country in November, and we did that in the spring. But I was inspired by it. I'm not going to bullshit anybody.
It was a cool video. I mean, I've never seen somebody hit 100 and some miles an hour on a track stand.
Well, Todd showed me how easy it could be. He's just there with the GoPro doing this, and then I watched the video. I'm like, this looks fantastic, and I need a GoPro.
Yeah. One take wonder is what I call them.
Yeah.
And I even told him, he's like, well, what are we going to do? We're going to edit and everything? We're going to freaking go right from the hip and we're just going to rock with it.
Yeah.
But
it's pretty cool. So if you guys are wondering, there's no competition here. We actually support each other. We're buddies.
Yeah.
You know, we'll probably, maybe someday we'll do a ride together or something.
Yep.
Distinct possibility. I keep telling my people that they want a Nutter Fest. Well, there isn't going to be a Nutter Fest. But I'm thinking about skipping the Midwest riding in Elk River this year and coming up to Tamarack. Ride with you
we
and
did
Blake
a couple
up
years
there.
ago. You and Greg were up there for one
Yeah.
of the rides. And we happened to do this
Yep.
on the trail.
We waved at you.
Yep. So, yeah, him and Greg ride very distinctive sleds, and we were on pretty distinctive sleds, and at one point we went like this and waved, and that's about all it ended up being that day. So
I wish I would have been filming because it was Todd and Mike and 30 other triples in the entourage.
exactly. Yeah.
He's got
a convoy of triples.
yeah. We saw him parked on the side of the trail, and it was like an eighth of a mile line up the sleds.
Yep. So, but yeah, there's never been competition between me and Nutter. We message back and forth all the time, texting. Hey, that's what I got going on. He messaged, hey, this is what I got going on, and it's all good. It's for everybody to learn. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, you teach what you teach, and I teach what I teach, and it's for everybody can learn something from the two of us. It's good by me. So
Yeah, it's all good. And this is good for YouTube. YouTube says you should do collaborations with other video guys too.
yeah.
Okay, here we are.
Yeah. So I think we should show why you came. I
Okay.
think we should show the project that Trent and I mocked up today. 'Cause that's our biggest build in the shop right now. We just started getting back into the sled builds.
Yep.
And, we took the summer off, hot rod building, and talked about the sleds that we were going to build. And now me and Trenton kind of hit the ground running the last couple of days with this new project, two bag. And
Trenton's right over there. I don't know why he isn't in the video.
I'll be in the video, don't worry.
All right.
So, but yeah, I think we should show everybody two bag. That's a pretty cool build. That's our biggest build going on. And then that chassis you come to pick up. We know if you were anodizing your chassis in the 90s, you were something.
Well, if you were anodizing your chassis in this area in the 90s, your name was Tim Dobeck and you owned Forest Lake Motorsports.
Exactly. Because I was over there in the early 90s, and I was probably 19, 20 years old, and I got the behind the scenes look of his anodized snowmobile collection back in the barn. And when I walked in, my eyes were probably this big and my mouth was hanging down here. There had to have been at least 6 sleds sitting back there that were all freshly anodized, all put back together. And I was like, unbelievable.
Yeah, well, that's back when Forest Lake was the center of the snowmobiling universe
Oh, yeah. Yep.
for all practical purposes.
Yeah, they're direct competitors of Chopper City Sports. I mean, Marv Jorgensen and Tim were
Yeah.
battling back and forth of who's going to be the fastest and who had the best looking sleds.
Yep. Well, I kind of meant the area was, but yeah.
Yep. And
It's a big motorsports area up where we live, and we're both into Jeeps, we're into sleds, we're into hot rods, and none of that's the least bit uncommon up here.
no. And when I've actually seen a couple of these chassis come up for sale. In fact, the chassis, when I built Bastard, that hood I have, that came off of one of them anodized chassis. So the guy had the hood in the skis, the aluminum skis. I got both of them from him.
Yeah.
He gave me the contact that had the chassis. I got a hold of the guy, and he had just sold it like 2 weeks before I got a hold of him. It was a red anodized chassis.
Oh, man.
And I was so bummed that I missed out by 2 weeks on that chassis because I actually waited to get a hold of the guy. I missed it because I waited too long. I should have got a hold of him right away, and I never did. And by the time I got a hold of him, I had already sold it, and it was like, oh my God, that would have been just my dream build to be able to put the hood back on that red anodized chassis and build
Yeah.
that sled Bastard. And God, that would have been just insane. So.
Well, I'm always keeping an eye out for one because Tim Dobeck, that used to do all these originally, he's actually a friend of mine. I met him through Turbo Tommy, of course, because Turbo Tommy kind of worked part-time at Forest Lake Motorsports too. So it's like a bucket list thing. There's a personal connection there, but I never seem to be the first guy to jump on one of those red chassis. Probably because I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah, I've actually never seen one for sale on Facebook, though. They don't even make it to there. It's like whoever has it knows somebody already that wants that chassis.
Yeah.
And how Duct Tape Mike found this chassis was by just a fluke. It popped up on Marketplace one night, and he was on it like that. I bet it was on there for 5 minutes, and Mike seen it. And he drove, and it was close. It was local to us, and he was there in 10 minutes and bought it from the guy. And
Jeez.
and it's cool. It's got some really cool parts and extra doodads and stuff on it. That would have been a pretty fancy sled back in the day.
We're going to get Tommy to identify this thing and tell us for sure if this was a Forest Lake Motorsports sled build or not, or
Okay.
Forest Lake Motorsports build sled or not. How many of these have I got?
We were hitting like number 3 or 4 or something. Well, let's check out Project 2 Bag here.
All right, sounds good.
Are you ready? And I'll explain it over.
It's rolling. What do we got here, Todd?
All right, so we got Project 2 Bag, and this started off as I had one of my subscribers donate a 98 XLT Evolve chassis, which I think they're just absolutely the most butt ugly sled that Polaris ever built. I despised them when they came out, and so that's how I came up with, it requires 2 paper bags to make that sled pretty, so that's why we called it Project 2 Bag. So it's a 99 XCR 440 race chassis. So it's got the good suspension, it's got the pulled in trailing arms, it's got all the really cool stuff you'd want in a chassis, because in 99, this was the race sled for the 440s. Pulled the motor. Actually, I got the chassis from Duct Tape Mike, so it didn't have a motor, but everything was complete. It had the hood, it had everything here, and we're building a triple. What would this shop do? We build triples here, and so we're putting that 98 XLT engine in here. Got a set of AN pipes going on it.
38s?
Yep,
38s.
Yep. And
So this was an XLT SP engine originally.
Yep. So it's got the better porting. It's got the 4th oil line. So it's got the better bearings on the crank. So Trent and I this morning mocked this up before we got here because I was hoping we could have it to this point so you could do a video of it. And we had to move some motor mounts, drill some new holes, but it's gonna have electric start, reverse, the airbox fits, everything is sitting in here. Trent even mocked the battery holder into the belly pan.
An electric start triple.
Exactly.
Oh,
And it's-
Nutter approves.
I mean, this is a Gen 2 XLT. They made a Triumph, but, I'm
Yeah.
making my own. And it's going to be painted. The thing of it is, I bought 2 brand new sleds in the 90s. I bought a 93 XLT and I bought a 94 XLT. I loved that 94 XLT. I triple piped it. It had heads on it. I put 5,000 miles on that thing in one winter. Multiple states, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Idaho, and Montana, I rode that sled in. And it never failed me. And I thought one day I'll finally build another XLT. This is our first XLT monoblock built in the shop, but this thing is going to be decaled, painted to look exactly like a 94 XLT. Because that was my favorite sled.
My question is, are you going to out purple Lonnie?
It's going to have a lot of purple accents on it. A lot. I'm going to go over the top on purple accents.
All right,
So-
Lonnie, there you hear the throwdown. You better start buying purple.
Yep, let me see.
Wait, we better show them the hood.
Yeah, I'm gonna set
I'm
the
not.
hood down on it.
All right.
Yep, here's
Oh, we got to show them the windshield too. Trent, you want to go grab the windshield? Oh, that doesn't
windshield
fit this.
does not go on this. No.
Dang it.
I only bought the windshield because I had to buy it. That was it.
Oh,
But yeah, the hood fits, and this will get
Yeah.
painted. This is gonna get painted black. The sapphire metallic black that they used in '94. I'll paint the hood.
yep, black with silver pearl, really.
Yeah, there's a little bit of flake in it, so I'll paint it that, and then I have a person that's gonna make the decals look like a '94. They'll fit onto this hood then, and I'll probably even do the special, so I'll have the flags and the SP and stuff on it.
Sweet.
I mean, this thing is gonna look amazing, I think, when it's done, and it's gonna have a trick suspension. This is for my youngest daughter, Bree. This is finally, she'll have her own sled. She rides all of our other sleds that we have, but she'll finally have her own sled then. So
This thing's gonna be bitching. I got to show him the skid.
Yeah.
Here's my favorite thing. He's got a Fox piggyback going in the skid there. That's pretty damn sweet.
yeah, that's
And of course, the Fox front shock. So she's gonna ride like a dream.
And I got like a brand new 1.25" track that we're gonna put on here, and we'll just like 96 stud it. We're not gonna
Yeah.
do crazy stud. Just enough for trail.
Like a ripsaw, or what are you gonna got? What are you
It's
gonna do?
an 1.25" track that I
Yeah.
actually got off of one of my Ultras that I had bought.
Oh, sweet.
Off of the SPX.
Oh.
Off of a part sled actually.
Is it an 1.25" lightning bolt?
I don't know. It's up there. I'd have to pull it down.
We're gonna have to look.
Yeah.
You guys know how much I love 1.25" lightning bolts.
Yeah,
I think they're the best track ever.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty sweet track on there, but it's gonna ride. And then the seat cover, I have a guy that's custom making the seat cover. So this had the clear tank, but I actually found an NOS black tank cover to go over it, and I'm giving that to the seat guy. And I took the whole seat off that had the pads and stuff. It was a red top seat with the pads. Gave him the whole cover, and he's gonna make everything black with the purple piping to match a '94 XLT seat with the purple piping.
Sweet.
And then I'll put the Polaris iron-on decals on the side to look like the '94 XLT, and I'll do the flags on the back to represent the special and stuff. So
Sweet.
but, yeah, no, it's gonna legit look like a '94 XLT when it's done, and you're gonna have to go like this. Something does not look right here.
Yeah.
I like that. I like doing shit like that.
So I want to show the people one thing. You'll notice there's all these screws for traction on the running board. And let me flip you upside down. There's no coolers there. I already asked Todd about that. Did they screw those traction screws into the coolers? And it was a 440, so it
It's a
never had
440.
them.
Yeah, so all it had was the tunnel protectors, coolers. So there's just the rails that are tunnel protectors. Those are coolers, and there's one cooler in the front. But I'm actually gonna punch and dimple die the running boards, and then I'll put the running board coolers underneath it too. So 'cause I
Sweet.
think we'll need that extra cooling for the triple. But
Sweet.
and we've had to do it to some of our other builds that we've had to add, like Trenton's 3 Fingers, we had to add coolers to the running boards on that one because it was a Pro XR chassis, and then we put coolers in there to accommodate the storm motor and stuff. So something that we've done before.
Yeah.
It's not our first rodeo.
Yeah, obviously not.
So let's check this chassis out that you're
All
actually
right.
here to pick
We're
up.
gonna refill our beers first. What's that, Todd?
Yeah, so this is Project Part Sled. So it's a 97 SPX. And
Sweet.
we're gonna build it into a wedge. So it'll be a 97 prototype SPX wedge. They never built them. I'm gonna build one.
I'm super interested because I have a 97 SPX in my yard right now.
Yep.
Super cool.
So same thing, I'll have the person that's doing the decals for that Gen 2 build.
Yeah?
She's gonna do decals. I just gotta bring her the SPX hood and a wedge hood. And she's
Yeah.
gonna make all the decals from that SPX hood fit onto a wedge hood. And I'm gonna paint it to match. This thing will look exactly like a 97 SPX, but it'll be a wedge.
That's sweet.
It should be the only one out there when I'm done.
Yes.
One of one.
I'm not copying it, so yes.
It's a one of one. Just like Bastard.
Yeah.
The sled Bastard that I built like 8 years ago, that's a one of one. There's not another one.
That's awesome.
Beer number 2 in this video.
We're working it pretty hard. So I want to explain about this sled a little bit. This thing came from Duct Tape Mike. He offered it to me, and I passed, but then Brad traded him a really, really nice Ultra Hood for it. And then this is the way things go in our circle. I bought the Ultra Hood from Mike, and so this chassis is going back to Brad, and I have Brad's hood. And Mike just walked away with some cash.
I don't even follow all that.
Yeah, that's the way things go up here when we're trading sled parts around.
Yeah.
You can never tell. But we'll show you the sled. This thing's, it's cool. It's a little faded. We're kind of here in the shade, and you can probably tell it looks more orange than red.
This
That's-
is the correct color right here.
Yeah,
This should be what it.
I've seen them even darker than that.
But being this had the hood on it, this is probably what it should look like right there.
Yeah.
This is all faded off from being outside.
Well, if you look under the
Where the
XCR where the flap
Yeah.
was,
yeah, where the pad of the seating was.
that's about what I've seen before.
Yep.
But you can see how faded it is, and look at the poor rails.
Yeah, and I was
You
actually
know.
interested when Mike first got it too. I was interested in it, but with it being so far faded, it's like, God, it just to me it would never look right. You know, I don't know if I
Yeah.
could get past it. You know, but it's cool as hell. I mean, this was if you were anodizing your sled back in the '90s, you were somebody, definitely somebody.
And you bought a brand new sled, and you literally tore it down. Every rivet came out, and you split the tunnel from the bulkhead because they didn't anodize the bulkheads, as you can see there. So you had to go that far.
Yeah, because the anodizing wouldn't work with the steel rivets and stuff. So that's why you can see the rivets, because they had to rivet them all back
Yeah.
together. So you took a brand new sled and completely 100% tore it apart to anodize it and then put it all back together again. Very labor intensive.
So I just noticed this is an SKS.
Yeah.
So actually, that tracks 7/8 of an inch lightning bolt even. Not my favorite, but not bad.
I think this is cool. I mean, this was
That grab handle.
that is freaking cool as hell.
Hell yeah. So
everything about the hooks, the brake lever, I mean everything here. I mean it's some cool '90s add-on stuff. I mean, it's neat.
what do you think this thing was originally?
Well, like I said, I look at it and I'm thinking 95, 96 XCR 600 because of the seat. You know, but you could put a seat from anything on whatever you want.
Well, that would explain the pink on the trailing arms.
I think
If those are original.
And then if somebody put extra 10 box shocks in it. You know,
Yeah, all they did
which
is
would work. I mean, it'll work.
Yeah, all they did is put the front extra 10 shocks on. The
Yeah.
rear is still an 8-inch skid, obviously. If you're well versed in skids, that's an 8-inch SKS skid.
Yep. No, I think they put
So.
the taller shocks in the front, and then you know, so I'm you know, the ID tag's all gone from the anodized.
Yeah.
It just has the serial number punched in the tunnel now, but that's so.
Oh, I know this guy at Northway. He can look it up,
Yeah,
so we'll
there you
find
go.
out.
Yeah, you'll be able to see at least what it was. And-
Yeah.
But yeah, everything, the oil bottle, coolant bottle setup out. To me, I lean towards some sort of 95, 96 XCR 600 is what I would think.
I think so. White nose cone on there too.
Yep. But
What do
like
you
I said,
think-
Everything can be switched around. You know, you can't go by that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
you know, everything can be switched.
They were pretty thorough. I mean, they anodized things that were only visible under the hood.
Yeah.
So they went the extra mile. I'm pretty sure this was Forest Lake Motorsports.
I mean, to take all this stuff all apart to anodize all that brackets and stuff, I hate taking that shit apart just to fix it.
Yeah, I
Look at
agree.
this. Look at that. I had one of these. I had one of these
Oh,
back in the day. I think it
boy.
had white and purple lettering on my XLT. It said Team India with the white flags because that was
Oh.
the embroidery shop next to Chopper City that made a lot of these. They
Oh,
embroidered-
really?
They embroidered a lot of these handlebar pads that next door to Chopper City. That
No
embroidery
kidding.
Shop. Yeah.
No kidding.
That's where Marv had all of his embroidery done on his coats and everything too.
I'll put your pad in the truck so we don't lose it, Brad.
She's a little roached, but but that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I mean, that's all embroidered in there. And back in the day, I had one of these on my XLT.
Oh, those are awesome. I see them for sale, and they are not cheap.
No,
That-
not when they're embroidered like that.
And that one's not going back on though.
Yeah, that looks like that was used as an oil rag.
Well, that's pretty cool. Should I show you what I brought for you?
Yeah.
We got the mighty Dodge here.
Indie guy Rob.
Indie guy Rob.
We love donations.
We love donations. There you go, right? Grab that box out of there, Todd.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So
Oh, I even got the throttle bodies. I wasn't sure if it was throttle bodies too. God, yeah. Wire harness, throttle body, computer. This hootin' dootin'.
I don't even know what that is.
It's something to do with it. Makes it work. It makes it work.
If you smash it, it's bad. Deal.
Yeah, I think Trenton.
Trenton, have you smashed one?
I think the plug or something. You got
Yeah?
it stuck in behind the recoil or something.
I think I smashed this.
This
or
part, yeah, you got it stuck in behind something, and yeah, we fished a running issue for a while until we realized it was this thing right here. So, But no, thanks, Indie guy Rob. That's awesome. Stuff like that really helps Nutter and us. You know, people that even got parts you ain't gonna use donate it because we'll use it. We'll put
Oh,
it to
yeah.
use, that's for sure. And that really helps us out because all this
Yeah.
comes out of our pocket.
It
Every
does.
bit of it, you know?
It does. You know, YouTube. Oh, YouTube. Some guy said to me at Princeton, must be nice to not need a day job. I'm like, yeah. oh, that $60 I got in August from YouTube really helped.
Yeah, God, that bought one gasket set for one engine.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, this is out of our. This is our love. This is out of our
Yeah.
pocket. Yeah, I mean,
We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't love it. And,
Yeah.
and we're doing it for you guys. You know, we could just turn off the cameras and get to work, and we get shit done faster and probably cheaper.
pretty much what I do.
Yeah,
I
basically.
just kind of film this is what I got done.
Yeah.
So you do a lot better job at filming your steps of what you got going on. So
I'll get Todd editing one of these days.
Yeah.
Just start hammering them in the comments.
You
Learn
got-
how to edit.
you got 3 guys in your shop that know how to pick up a camera and use it though.
That's true.
So
I got a whole crew.
Me and Trenton are just hammering away, just trying to get stuff done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We could probably sign this video. I mean, I think we went through
I
everything.
think we're pretty good. So we'll just say thanks to the patrons. You guys are the best. Appreciate the support. I don't know. Maybe I talked Todd into doing one today. We'll see. But appreciate you guys. Hit subscribe, and we'll see you at the swap meets.